Hi all, welcome to the Urbi Academy. Today topic is what is the work of support engineer? L1 support engineer, L2 support engineer, L3 support engineer, and Tier 1 support, Tier 2 support, Tier 3 support engineers. And let us deep dive what the all the engineers are doing commonly and how they are doing the daily activity on daily basis. Let us start. What are the common production support issues? There are the few common production support issues are as below: the user errors, software bugs, performance issue. What are the user errors? User errors might be like the login issues. Login user is typing the wrong password, and he will try to contact the L1 support, and they will identify it, and L1 is going to give the solution for them. And apart from this, and they might be the like the password might be the wrong, or the user might be wrong, they might be trying to access the different URL. These are the things they are making the mistake. These and all will call it as users errors. Okay. And second one, software bugs. What are the software bugs? Means all the functionalities of the software will be working. Suddenly the last week or the last day there is a one sprint or the deployment had happened, and earlier models were not able to access that time. The user is going to report that, and we need to work on the software bugs. L3 team has to fix that bug. Okay. And performance issue. In the performance issue, what will happen? The application is working fine, and this week and last 15 days or the 1 month it is working fine, and due to the internet issue or due to the last week deployment or the last day deployment, performance is degraded. For example, the report is generating like it is taking the 2 minutes, means it is taking the 5 minutes. Why? Due to the load on the database. It might be the query issue. That time it is going to hit the performance issue. For example, 100 people are using this application, they are able to download, means it is a 2 minutes task is taking 5 minutes. Obviously customer will get irritation, then they will raise the issue, and we need to work on this performance issue. And how they are going to rise, and which level once they will raise the issue, and which level it come, and which level it will go, and everything I'll explain in detail. Okay, let us deep dive. And in the production support, three levels we have identified: level 1, then level 2, and level 3 supports. In the level 1, what and all things it will happen? These are the common issues. Will first it will come to the level 1 support. Let us deep dive into the here the level 1 support. And like the to visualize more easily, I have made it like this. Okay, you are able to see it here, right? So here the monitoring. The first what we are doing here is monitoring. In the monitoring, what and all will be monitoring? Like the will be monitoring the logs. If the mm, application is going down, and is there anyone's service is down, or we are getting the frequent HTTP error, something like this will be monitoring on continuous basis. For this we can use the Splunk or the Nagios or the some other monitoring tools also we can use. Like this, I have made the key point like the service desk and incident management, service request, troubleshooting, and network security. Everything I have made it. And let us understand the what is the service desk. Okay, service desk is a centralized support center that provide the help and assistance to the user in an organized organization for IT related product or the services. Whenever someone will come and ask for the some services, and we are going to serve them, it is a well structured manner only. I will explain you in detail when it comes to the solving the real time issues of the service desk issues. Okay, and let us move on to the what is the incident management. And this incident manage will be used by the L1 support, L2 support, as well as the L3 support. Similarly the service request also. What the incident management? Incident management is a process used by the development and IT operation team to respond to a unplanned event or service interruption and restore the service to its operational state. And for example, one application is running successfully this week, and suddenly in today morning it stopped working. That is the unplanned interruption to the IT services. That time the incident, that is an incident, right? We are don't know it will happen. Okay, so it had happened. That is the interruption had happened to our application, and incident will be get created, and monitoring Splunk is throwing the alert, and during that time we need to restore that, and immediately we need to check the logs, and we need whether the that application is up or not. Server side we need to check. If the server is down, we need to make it up. Okay, and we can later stage we can find out the RCA for this. Okay, and let us move on to the service request. Service request is a user request for something new. It might be the new functionalities, or for example, the user might need the new laptop or the access to the service. Already existing service they will be taking, right? They might be asking for the access to the service or the some information. For example, in the our database, think that we are working for the insurance project, and customer has registered for the one policy, personal accident policies, and he want to know which mobile number he has given there. He wanted to register for the other live product also. That is the his service request. He is asking the service from us and information from us. We need to give the information to them, so that will become service request. And how much difficulty it will be service request? It is often low risk request that can be resolved very quickly, or even automated also. Even using the automation also we can give to the customer who are requesting. And important key finds here is troubleshooting. What is the troubleshooting? Troubleshooting is the process of identifying, planning, resolving the problem, error, or the fault within a software or the computer system. Whenever the issue is coming, and we have to troubleshoot that. To first we need to identify it, what is the issue, and we need to plan, and then we have to resolve that. And later stage we can do the RCA and we can document it, and later we can avoid the future upcoming issues like this. And let us see, I will go in depth into the L1 support, what exactly the L1 support is doing in the daily activities. And whenever the issues is coming, what they are going to do. Whenever you come across the issues for the some application, as I said, right, will be first level of the technical support to the end user. The end user is going to create the Jira tickets whenever they will be facing the issues, unable to log in, and the user errors or the performance issues. They'll be raising the Jira tickets, and that Jira ticket, where it will come? It will come to the L1 bucket. And who is going to take this? Here is the provide the first level of the support to the end user. And what are they are going to do? Troubleshoot and resolve the hardware or the software issues. And issue might be hardware issues, it might be the software issue. It is a depends upon the project. If you are handling the hardware project, it is the hardware issues. In case of the software, it will be the software issues. And next, what extra they are going to do? Log and track the support ticket in the help desk system. Which help desk system we are using here is Jira. We are using it here. Okay, and if the customer is asking for the password reset or the account management, they want to create the new account, during that time also L1 team can help with that. Okay, you are getting it right. Okay, and other things, what else can do it here is follow the established procedure for the incident resolution. What it mean is, will be maintain the run book. Whenever the issue will come to the L1 bucket, they will go to the run book. They will check like the whether it can be resolved in the L1 side, or they can't resolve it. Okay, just they will blindly they will follow that run book. They will try to perform the activity. If it resolved, and they will be resolving it. If they are unable to resolve it, and within the SLA timing, if it is the complex, and they are passing that particular ticket to the L2 team and mentioning their analysis. Okay. And how, what is the next step before moving on to the moving that ticket to the L2 ticket? What they have to do, it is a very important in the, if you are in the support, it is a very important. Please note this one: communicate with the user to provide the update on the ticket status. Currently the L1 is not able to resolve it. They have to comment and saying that okay, your tickets require the more analysis from our L2 internal team, and we are checking with them. We are going to update to as earliest. Like this, if you keep them updated via mail or the some Slack channel, whichever the communication channel you will be using, that is the great. That is the proper way to communicate to the user, so that users will not be get angry. Okay, they'll be keep calm, they'll be waiting for the update. Okay, once you get the update from the L2 team, you can update similar to the end users. Okay, let us move on. What else the L1 team is doing here? Document the troubleshooting steps and solution for the future reference. For example, let us take an example of the adding the new user to the our application. And whenever when they are facing the issue, think that end user are facing the unable to add the new user into their team, and L1 team can do that on behalf of them, and will be documenting it in the complaints. And these are the steps for to create the new user. And we need the email ID and their first name, last name, and we need that detail, and we'll be collecting from them. We are going to create the on behalf of the user, and that these steps and all will be writing it in the run book. Then as per this document, and we'll be getting the detail from the user, and we'll be creating in the application side. Okay, this is the steps we are going to do, because for the solution it is a redmond, right? Whenever if it is the 1,000 requests comes also, we are able to handle it because we know the solution. That is what, that is the reason documentation is a very important here. Okay, and apart from this, participate in on call rotation for after hours support. Okay, once your shift is completed, and you may like the rotational basis, you should be on call, like the it is a depends upon the project, also project basis also, you should be on call. You should be able to provide the on call support. Whenever someone is facing the issues, they will contact you, and you have to log in, and you have to resolve that issue. And collaborate with the other support team members to share the knowledge and best practices. For example, if you are good at all the L1 support daily activities, and the new joiner has joined your team, and you have to give the KT for them, and you have to tell them do and don't do within this day-to-day activities. And they shouldn't go ahead and whenever the someone is um, restart the system in the dev environment, means your new joiner shouldn't go and restart that particular service in the production. That is, you need to teach them. Okay, if they are the developer or the QA team are asking this, means they have to go in the particular server, they have to make sure that they are in the dev environment, they have to do the proper thing. You need to tell them as a senior, it is your duty to tell them all the best processes. Okay, and when and all, we have to escalate the complex issues to the higher level support team. Here the L1 we have done, and the next level is L2 support. We need to escalate. L1 team has to escalate the issues if they are filling the complex, all those things. Okay, and let us go ahead and see the what the L2 can add the values here. Okay, and when the L2 will come into the exist, and L1 team has one request came into the L1 support, they have done their analysis, they are unable to fix the issues, and they are facing they don't have the access. During that time, they will pass that particular request with their analysis to the L2 team. L2 work will start on that particular ticket. Now, when the L2 after the L1 resolution. We can call it as L1 resolution or the L1 analysis. And what the L2 team is having the more access than the L1 team. There might be the DB read and write access, or it might be the some other role based access also. And L1 team doesn't have the all the access, like the will be L2 team might be having the higher level access like log access, DB access, and other kind of access like the Okta access, IAM access, AWS EC2 server access. The this kind of other kind of access we might be having. That is the reason a request will fall into the L2. Now the request that ticket is in a L2 bucket. Yeah, what the L2 team has to do here, what he is going to do is application maintenance. He has to do the application maintenance. Now the application is in L2 hand, right? He has to maintain whatever the issue is coming, and he has to debug that. He has to follow the support processes, and what are the document at the L2 level, at the L2 what are the scope, and he has to check that he try to resolve that issues. Okay. And as I said, incident management also, unplanned interruption, and the event had happened, he has to work, and it has passed from the L1 to the L2. Incident management also L2 team is going to work, and he has to work the service request. As I said, right, service request, it might be the new request to the existing service, or it might be the small information asking for the already existing functionalities. The L2 team is also work as a similar way like the L1, but the more access they'll be having. They can fetch the log from the other server, and they can debug more, and a possible they can add the values. They are able to resolve the issues here. And we'll call it as the application support. And what are the application issues coming, like the unable to download the report. During that time, we can DB side there might be the indexing issues, and indexing issue can be L2 team can resolve that, like the adding the indexing. We can check it in the dev environment. If the dev environment is working, we can push it into the production support by confirming from the QA team and all. We can do that, not a problem at all. Okay. And apart from this, what else we can do here is like mm, let us move on to when the issues will fall into the L3. As I explained, right, all the things L2 support here, what they can do here, I explained it. And whenever the L2 team is unable to resolve, and for example, let me take one example. And last week the deployment had happened, and it is one of the model is earlier it was working, now it is stopped working. It means L1 can't do anything, L2 can't do anything. L2 has identified that, and there is a null pointer exception, and file not found exception, and like the some other exception also it came into the log. We have identified the log, and we have attached our analysis. For example, the when the issues is coming, when it was working last week it was working fine, and this week when the issue started, and we need to attach that every log, like the last week it is working, in this week it is working, which user it is working, whether the issue is coming for all user or it is coming for the one user, and all the details, and with the timestamp we need to attach that in the ticket, and we need to pass that particular ticket to the L3 team, because this is required the bug fix, because it is the bug, as I have confirmed, right? This is the software bug. You can see here, this is the software bug, will fall under software bug. Okay. And now L3 team work will start here. When the L3 team work will start, L3 team work will start only after L2 analysis. Let me show you here. Okay. After the L2 analysis, and what they have to give is they have to provide the technical support here. Okay. They have to provide the technical support, and development plus support they have to provide. And as I said, L1, L2 and L3 are going to work on the incident management, and service request also they have to work, and production support. In the production support, whenever the issue is coming, they have to help to fix that issues. And apart from this, they have to, L3 team has to do the coding plus support. Okay, and these are the things come under the L3. And once once this is done, and they have to, for example, as I explained that issues, right, now in the L3 bucket, and they have fixed it, and they have to test it in the lower environment, and it is working fine, and they have to plan for the prod deployment. Once the prod deployment is done, and we have to plan for the change request and all the stuff, so we need to take care about that. I will come that in the later videos also. And here the issue came from where came, L1 team received it and they are unable to fix it. They have passed to the L2. L2 identified it. L2 has said his all the analysis, and L3 team started working on it, and they found that there is some bug in it. They have fixed the code and they have tested it, and they are checked in the dev. It is working fine. They have pushed into the prod, and they have to provide the RCA, root cause analysis. Why it came, and who has worked on that CR earlier, and how they are going to prevent it, what is the action, how they are making sure that it will not happen it again. They have to make sure that, and they have to provide the RCA here. Okay, I hope everyone are clear with what the L1 support and L2 support and L3 support. Okay, and don't worry, I'm going to cover in detail about the L2 activities and L3 activity in separate videos. Okay, apart from this, if you have the any request for the particular videos of the L2 production support, L1 production support, if you have the anything in your mind, if you need the videos on it, please comment on this video. I will come up with a video and I will provide to you. Thanks for watching this video. Please do subscribe. Thank you.